Nate Williams for SecondsOut here with Skye Nicolson, about to fight in Cardiff. How do you feel after the workout?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm excited. We got a really good turnout here at the shopping centre, so no, I'm so excited for Saturday night. I love fight week feels, and I can't wait.
And you're based in Kent. How long have you been there, and how are you finding it?
So I've been based in Kent since the first week of January, so it's been about 6 months now, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's been obviously a very different lifestyle, change in lifestyle, moving from Australia to the UK, but no, I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm excited to go home for a break before I come back and reset for the second half of the year.
What's different between the UK and Australia, living here?
It's very similar, apart from probably the weather. The weather's definitely, it's a lot colder here, but we're going into winter at home now anyway, so I'm going back for more cold, but our winter's a little bit different to the UK winter.
So is it a shock to the system when you come here and the change in weather?
It definitely was in January and February. It was so cold. I definitely wasn't used to it at all, but no, it's for the best. I'm living my dream here and just taking all the goods and bads that come with it.
What is it about the UK that attracted you to come here and turn professional? Why was that the right path for you?
I found a great team to work with Eddie Lamb at iBox Gym, and we've got a great stable there, and I just felt instantly like that's where I belong. Women's boxing especially is just way ahead of the rest of the world in terms of women's boxing in the UK, so I'm where I need to be. It's where the opportunities are. Obviously signing with Matchroom as well, it was a no-brainer for me.
Matchroom have signed some great female fighters, Katie Taylor being the benchmark there. Where do you think you can get to in the pro game?
I think I can go all the way. I want to be the next Katie Taylor.
And Ebony Bridges, fellow Aussie, she's won a title. How well has she done, and what has she done for women's boxing over there in Australia?
I think Ebony's done great things for women's boxing, for herself. She's grown her profile massively. She's won a world title, and she's put Australian women's boxing on the map. And you've got to take your hats off to Ebony. She worked so hard, and she hasn't done anything the easy way. So yeah, hats off to Ebony.
I'd like to talk to you about another big women's fight that's coming up, Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. How do you see that fight going?
I'm staying on the fence for that fight. I'm a big fan of both those girls. I think it's another amazing, great fight for women's boxing. It's going to be a great showcase of skill. They're both such talented athletes, and I hope it's another one that really lives up to the hype, like Taylor Serrano, and we can see them run it back again and see a number 2 or even a trilogy. It's all positive for women's boxing. No one really loses. We're all winners really when we can get fights like this on.
And going on to your fight, you're against Bouvier. What do you know about her?
I don't know a lot, to be honest. There's not a whole lot of footage on her. She's been a professional boxer as long as I've been boxing as an amateur. So she's been around for a long time. She's a well-seasoned pro. She's been in plenty of world title fights. She actually is a former world champion herself. And I think it's going to be a great step up, a good test for me. She's her 27th fight and my 4th fight, so and she's got a winning record as well, so she's coming to win, and I know that, and I think that's where you're going to see the best me. I've said that since the start.
So is it a case of you having to figure out a puzzle on the night in the ring?
A little bit, yeah. So I have an idea of her type of style. I know she's an orthodox. I know she's a little bit shorter than me, but it's one of those fights where I will have to go off instinct and intuition a little bit, but also just feel her out, take my time, and use my experience in the ring and use my boxing IQ to make sure that I bring the right game plan as we progress through the fight.
And talking about progression, how do you want to be progressed? Is there any sort of level you're targeting at each fight, or are you just taking it easy?
We're taking it fight by fight. I think this fight's going to be a great test for me. Want me to wait? I think this fight's going to be a great test for me, and we'll know where we're at, and we'll keep assessing it fight by fight. We're not going to rush. I'm 26 years old. We've got plenty of time, and we're just going to move at the correct speed to make sure that I have a very successful career.
Now, talking about the transition from the amateur to the pro game, currently Paris 2024 may be the last Olympics for boxing. It's not on the programme for 2028. What do you think that will do to the sport as having a transition period?
To be honest, they say that every Olympic cycle. boxing's the only original sport that's still in the Olympics. It's been in the Olympics in every Olympics. I don't think they're going to take boxing out of the Olympics. Paris 2024 is definitely still on my radar. I'm still very interested in potentially going back. If it works for me and it works for my career, it's definitely an option that I'm going to be looking at. I feel I have unfinished business with the Olympics, and my place on the podium is waiting for me.
Now we're just going to run through some fights and I'm going to give you some predictions. Okay, let's start with the top of the card here, Ogawa Cordina.
Obviously backing Cordina. I hope he gets the win. I hope he gets the job done. I think it's going to be a very tough fight. I think Ogawa's going to come to try and knock him out, and he's got to outbox him and hopefully take the win on points.
Canelo Golovkin 3.
Again, I'm a big Canelo fan, so I'm backing Canelo for the win. I think back in his natural weight, I think he's going to be a different Canelo to who we saw against Bivol, and I think he's going to take the win against an older Triple G.
And finally, AJ Usyk 2. Who have you got?
Who, sorry?
AJ Usyk 2.
I think AJ can do it. I think he takes his career very seriously. He's shopped around for a new team to work with, and he seems very confident. And I hope he gets the job done. I'm a big AJ fan. I'd love to back him to get the win against Usyk. I think Usyk's an amazing fighter, definitely in my top 5 pound for pound. But I hope AJ can get the job done.
And finally, just to throw one in the mix, AJ Tyson Fury. Will it happen?
I don't think it's ever going to happen, if I'm honest with you. And I probably, it's a hard one to give a prediction on. I find Fury so unpredictable, and it depends what AJ shows up as well. But again, it would be another great fight.
And what can we expect to see from Skye Nicolson on Saturday night?
I think you're going to see an improved Skye Nicolson, as you have each fight so far. We're making little changes in the gym all the time, making improvements, and I just want to show a little bit more each fight, show you a little bit more of what I've got, and hopefully put on a really exciting and entertaining performance for you guys.
Thanks, Skye.
Thank you so much.